Okay, let's talk about vehicle manufacturers and your OEM certification programs. And I'm going to share 4 little strategies with you and tools that we've built to help you with this. Because for a lot of shops, they've been frustrated over the years where, hey, I got on a certification program, I spent all this time, money, and effort, and I just haven't seen the returns. I thought it was going to be like a DRP program where they turn me on and I just start getting cars. And that's not really how it works. It does give you a lot of power when you wield them properly. And that's why we started building tools inside of Body Shop Booster to help support that. I've had the privilege of working with vehicle manufacturers for over 20 years and helping them develop some of their OEM programs. And right now, I still feel like they're in the infancy stage and they have the ability to grow into the 800-pound gorilla. But right now, they're still developing, and it's a slow-moving thing. It's like turning a battleship with a teaspoon, but they are moving in a positive direction. But that doesn't help you right now. Instead, we need to get some tools in front of you that can help you move the needle quickly. So I'm going to share some tools right now with you. And the last one is a little bit surprising. I'm going to share my secret sauce on how we would dominate any certification program that we got on it within a couple months of getting that cert. And so I'm going to share that with you. It may not be for everybody. It's hyper aggressive, but it's also hyper effective. So let's get into it. So the first thing that a vehicle manufacturer does for you when you get on the certification program is it gives you the ability to claim authority. So authority is a human trigger that we all have, and it's a buying trigger. And so people look for authority and they look for trust. And so by saying, hey, we are actually certified by that brand, that gives you authority, but you have to use it. So that's why we actually programmed into our AI phone system and even the AI texting system, where when somebody is texting, oh, I've got damage on my Toyota, or if they call in and say, hey, I've got damage on my Toyota, and you're certified with that brand, AI will jump in and say, that's great to hear. We're actually one of the few shops in the entire state that has advanced factory level training from Toyota, and we're certified to fix your RAV4. So you're in great hands. And what that does is it proves authority, it gives them a reassurance, and it boosts trust. And so you're using the AI phone system for that. Your CSRs, when they're talking to a customer, a lot of times the only time you have an opportunity to sell your certification is on that initial call. So they should be doing that as well. When they're locking that customer's information into the CRM like Body Shop Booster, part of that script needs to be what kind of vehicle do you have? And when they say a brand that you're certified with, that is when your CSRs need to sell that certification to them and just position it that way. Because if they go and try and file a claim and the insurance company does what they do and try and direct them elsewhere, they now have an argument to say, wait a minute, but they're my certified repair center. And that holds a lot of weight and that deflates the whole steering thing. So the next thing to think about is on the AI phone, AI texting, or if the CSR enters that information in there, you can do what is called nurturing. So basically a follow-up sequence that will nurture that customer. And as part of that, you want to talk about in the drip sequence, that's what we call it when we continue to text and send voicemails and then email the customer. We want to keep in front of that customer and continue to build off of your certification to use that authority to your advantage. And now, the last thing I'm going to share with you around certifications, and again, this is aggressive and it may not be for everybody, but it was hyper effective for us. In any market that we had a shop, we would often grab a zip code map. Now, you can get these for free on the internet, but this is what it looks like. So you grab a zip code map and then you just draw a circle around your shop, and that would be the market draw. A good distance is probably 15 miles if you're not really sure what your market draw is. But if you're in a big city like Chicago, it might be 5 miles. If you're rural, it might be 50 miles. But that's the market that you draw from. Then what you do is you take all the zip codes from that circumference and you go to a data mining company. And our teams can set you up with some of these data mining companies as well. What they will do is they can run a list of all the vehicle manufacturers by zip code. So you say, here's all my zip codes, give me a car count in each one of these zip codes for every brand. And this is a great tool, and you can get this done for free. How many Lexus vehicles are in my zip code? And you can see here, there's a whole bunch of Lexus vehicles. So that makes sense to get that certification. Maybe I'm looking at Maserati. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get my Maserati certification. No, it doesn't really make sense. There's only a couple of them in my marketplace. So it's a great tool for when you're thinking about what certifications to get, to check this first. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Once you've gotten that data, let's just say we go out and we actually can buy that data, and different data providers will charge you between 6 cents and 50 cents, depending on what data set you want. But here's an example of some of the data we would collect. So by buying that list, and this is all service level data, you can get the customer's first name, last name, their address, their phone number, their email, and about 40% of the time. You can get, if you want to pay more, you can get their household income. You get the year, the make, the model, even the VIN number on those vehicles. And you can even say, hey, I only want to buy a list of vehicles that are 2015 and newer. And so once you've got that list, here's where things get interesting. You start doing what is called, and I used to call this the birthday card method, right? So we would start with a birthday card, but this is active outreach to that customer. So in the birthday card, what we would do is we would, on the outside, it would be handwritten. That's what it looked like. We used robots. We used a service that would handwrite these with robots. And what it would do is it'd write their name on the outside of the card and look like a birthday card. When it would show up, the open rate was incredibly high because who doesn't open a birthday card? So they open it up. On the inside, we would have printed the make of the vehicle. Like this example here is a Lexus, right? So they're like, oh, wow, a Lexus. I have a Lexus. And so this is what's called a simulation. So they're, oh, yeah, I have something similar. When they open it up and they read the message, they will see their year, make, and model of their vehicle. And then we introduce ourselves as their certified collision center. See how that works? And then down below, we put a QR code. Now, this QR code is mapped to the damage assessment tool through Body Shop Booster. And when you create the damage assessment tool inside of Body Shop Booster, you can track every time that has been scanned, right? You see how that works? And so you're going to send a bunch out. Some people will use it, but even better is you can put a little message in there and say, keep this in your glove box if you ever need us in the future, right? And so we find that this is what's called long tail marketing, is we find people will scan those QR codes a year and a half, 2 years later. They keep them in their glove box. And so this keeps you in front of that customer and it makes them feel incredibly special. But we're not done there. Following the birthday card method, then what we would do is we'd send them a text message once in a while, or we'd send them an email, or we'd go ahead and do what's called a ringless voicemail. This is where Body Shop Booster will deliver a voicemail to their phone without it ringing. Those are incredibly powerful tools to stay in front of that specific vehicle owner that needs you in the future. So the last thing I'll share with you is really twofold. Number one, always make sure you have all your Body Shop Booster assets, your damage assessment tool, and your calendar link linked into your OEM profiles. The other thing to really think about is actually using the OEM certification inside of our AI-powered videos. So we can actually build custom videos around your OEM certification to educate that customer for you. When you use the Sell My Estimate feature inside of Body Shop Booster, we can actually have a branded video. I'll just share one. Here's a Tesla example for you of a branded video that was built with AI. Let's go ahead and take a quick watch.
If you've recently been in an accident, we know it can feel stressful, especially when it involves your Tesla. The good news? Here at Chilton Auto Body, we are the Tesla experts. You're working with the very first Tesla certified repair center in the nation. We repaired the first Tesla and helped define the standards the brand uses globally today. Our technicians are factory trained to handle every aspect of your vehicle, from complex structural repairs to advanced safety calibrations. At Chilton Auto Body, we simplify the repair process. We manage all communication with your insurance company and meticulously restore your vehicle to Tesla's exact specifications, ensuring your safety and preserving its performance and resale value. You can simply focus on what matters most. Let's get your repair scheduled. In just a moment, you'll receive a text with a direct number to our dedicated scheduling team. Just tap the number to call and book an appointment at a time that works best for you. It's quick, simple, and stress-free. Once your Tesla arrives, you're in the hands of the original experts. At Chilton, trust isn't given, it's earned. We'll take care of everything and have you back on the road safely, with the full confidence and performance you deserve.
Isn't that cool? And so make sure that you're using all of these tools and these assets to really boost what you're already doing with your certification programs. You'll get a lot more traction and a lot more work out of it.